Let's get more time.
So 6:30.
Yeah.
Turn it over to Kevin.
Yeah, sure. So it looks like we're doing it again this year.
Yes.
So that's a step.
Again.
And our date this year is gonna be
The 19th.
May 19th. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the system, probably tomorrow and set it up, and I'll let Anna know so she can do her stuff on there as
Yep.
well.
I said it, I think we have tentatively on the website. Registration opens February 1st,
Okay,
just so you know.
yeah, I'll just probably set it up. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to have it online, so.
No.
We'll do that there. Okay, so we'll go through refreshment committee, which, we had bottled water. Was that the Friends again last year?
Yeah, we'll ask them again.
Okay,
Yep.
so we'll ask them. And then where do our refreshments come from last year? We bought Dunkin' Donuts, right? We didn't get.
We
donuts?
got, I think Anna's there, right? Or-
Yep,
Anna's online.
I'm online.
Who did we get food donations from last year, Anna?
Well, we didn't. We had some problems with Veggie World. So Lisa went out and bought the fruit, and overall, when you look at what we had to pay for the fruit, it wasn't a whole lot. And compared to the frustration having to deal with the owner and the manager over at Veggie World, they're just not very responsive. Plus there's English as a second language issue. And anyway, we did get Dunkin' Donuts to donate again. And
Oh, we did.
I believe Fiona will be reaching out to, what's her name? So I apologize. I have COVID brain and I
Oh,
can't think.
sorry.
So,
We got, Costco gave us a deal on the bagels last year, and then now that it's coming back to me, Ron and I went to sing about the oranges and bananas.
Oh.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, we got the same, okay.
But we paid for that. Yes, we did. Wasn't too bad.
No.
Wasn't too bad. So we paid for the Costco bagels, the Sam's fruit, and Dunkin' Donuts, or no, they gave us the donuts. They gave us the donuts. I believe so. Yeah.
They used to give the bagels, but
Correct.
they didn't do that this year.
Right, right.
right. So last year, the explanation to me was like, there was a supply chain issue for bagel dough. So they offered the donuts and not the bagels.
Which one? Yeah,
What
they
bagels?
people took them, so,
And we didn't do the cream cheese, right?
no.
Which nobody complained that to me, and I was.
Oh, yes, they did.
Well, you were.
The donuts went in no time.
Yeah, they were pretty.
They were a
quick.
big hit, the
Yeah.
donuts.
No. we
Every
were
single
talking about-
person that came up and took a bagel from me asked me for cream cheese.
Well, they.
No.
They didn't ask me, so I'm just telling the donuts went.
I mean, you can skip the donuts the bagels altogether if you want, and just have donuts because people loved them.
Okay.
Well, it's supposed to be a healthy race, right?
Right.
Well, there is that, but then again, if you look at the donuts as a reward for having run 3 miles, 3 miles.
Well, then there's a complication with getting cream cheese because, post COVID, you can't just put a tub out. You have to do the individual packets and.
So,
So I hate to ask, but the donuts that came from who last year?
Dunkin'.
Donuts.
Dunkin', oh, okay. I was kicked out of the system for a second, so I missed some of the discussion. But I'm back.
So,
Okay,
Okay, so we'll have to line those up and figure out. what
Maureen,
we're
you're on
doing.
mute. Hold on, Maureen's on mute. She was saying something.
Lisa, why didn't we get the packets last year? I forgot.
They're too expensive,
Oh, okay.
because if you can't, you have to buy the little tubs and then
Right.
they're expensive. It wasn't,
Yeah,
And you have to buy a ton of them.
Yeah.
It's not like you can buy a few.
Yeah,
yeah, the little envelopes used to have enough for the bagel, but those tubs, I think people like 2 tubs. Yeah. I like to have a little bagel with my cream cheese. So,
Yeah, cool.
okay, question tables clean up, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so we're over to trophies. I haven't figured out how many 10-year possible awards that we have
Okay.
yet, so I'll figure that out. Are you still gonna handle, Neil, the trophies and the?
Yeah, when you determine how many 10-year medallions you need, then I'll just order that and the rest of it, and everything else from,
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Mr. Trophy?
pardon?
Do we still use
I'll do
Mr.
that.
Trophy?
Let you know.
It's not Mr. Trophy.
No?
The guy's name is Paul Powers. That's the name of the person.
I don't remember the name of
We
it.
have the invoice,
We
we
have
can
it.
get it to you.
I'll send it to you.
He might have a name but his business, but I go by Paul Powers.
Okay. Not a big
All right.
deal.
All right, so sponsorships, now we had a huge sponsor last year, are they coming back in this year?
Saputo is, but
Awesome.
Fiona, do you have other ones that?
So we sent out, an email blast on, in November on Give Day, just a reminder of like, we're doing this again, we hope that you
Yeah,
are recommitting to that. We had about half, maybe a little less than half of people responded saying, yes, they will. And I'm just now, post-holiday, I started doing some follow-ups to the people that said they're going to, sending out the sponsor levels document and the sign-up form. And I did send one invoice. They already asked to have the invoice
American
sent.
Eagle's already sent $500.
Oh, was that the one that sent the invoice to today?
I want it for the record.
Yeah, okay. American Eagle.
Yeah.
500.
was Saputo,
But
they still
when you
do 7,000?
Put it together, your
Six-
list,
6,000?
you could just send me it, so I know who I'm expecting.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So we'll have a better feel next month, probably
Yeah.
on where we are. with
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Okay, good.
Is Saputo also doing prices less than that?
I'm
I'm sure they might, because they really like the fact that that was kind of a cool price.
Yeah,
I wanted to know
sorry. Inside trade.
that. I didn't run race.
I think people were buying registrations though, just get it done, the raffle. Yeah, and you get a t-shirt and you get the thing.
Whatever works.
Is Maureen coordinating prices again this year? I think she said sure. I read it as sure on your lips. I didn't hear it.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
We're gonna have to do a lot of head nods.
Yeah,
I just checked mine.
okay. All right, anything else on awards committees or prizes or anything like that? All right, let's move over to registration. Any reason to change from plat? They're always there. They always know what they're doing.
He hasn't retired.
No, he hasn't. He's still reliable. We'll worry about registration for him a little while. Rates staying the same?
You mean the timer, right? Plat is the
Yeah.
timer, not registration.
Well, no, yes, right, I'm sorry. Any reason to change the rates? We're doing the same thing again this year?
You know, I think that this year we should take a little newer approach with the runners and promote this as, this is your $25 race kind of thing. Because I don't think there are any other $25 races. I could be wrong, but maybe when you take a look, maybe between Kevin and Neil, you can just check out what the race fees are for races around us. And if we are the only $25 race, we should push it. What do you think?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
let me check. Let me see what he's going for.
That sounds good.
Similar 5K races, local races, and see what they're charging.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know what the going rate is for most races right now, to tell you the truth. I know what our going rate is, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'll check it though. It's easy enough to check. There's a lot of companies that are online like ours is, and I can just open it up, take a look at the prices.
Yeah,
So I'll get the report for that.
I know we're lower than the Hartford Marathon race, but they do, the amenity, their level of amenities is different than ours.
Yeah,
Much bigger.
I would say it's lower. I mean, I've run a few races. I would say $25 is lower than that's.
lower than the standard, okay. And then we still have the under 12, $10. You're not changing that, are we? Or
And we'll
No,
do
it's
the
not.
little runners again. I think that was a big hit. The little sprouts,
That was
whatever
the
we,
question I was gonna have. You want to do the little runners again this year?
Yeah.
I think they enjoyed it. It brought an aspect to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get more. It was fun. It was fun.
Okay, so we have the under 12 runners in the regular 5K, and then we have the little runners. Right.
Right.
Little readers.
Little readers. I want to call them sprouts.
Absolutely.
And what?
And the parents.
Yeah.
Online registration, I'm gonna go through the list. The last thing, I think we had ourselves on 8 websites, so I'll do that again. Get us all set up on those.
Okay. Numbers, what was the thing with numbers? I was pulling them off or something? The way they had the tags?
There was a mix up,
Oh, no,
the
you know
pre-registration, we had a problem, right?
no, it was the timer chip, the way they put them on
Yeah.
the kids. They put them over the strip that you could take
Pull
off
off.
for the.
Yeah, let me make that a big note when I talk to them.
Yeah. That was the issue, Diane, right?
Right.
We had to cut around them. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. They
just
put them.
don't put on the preparation.
Right, and I think what happened is they put them vertically on
Yeah.
a strip and it went across the perforation, so
yeah.
people were ripping them off and.
Yeah, no, it was a pain in the butt. Yeah, I'll talk
Yes.
to him about that. That's not a problem. He's pretty easy to deal with. Okay. All right, moving over to course committee then. So we're all done registration. Anything else on registration for anybody? Bob, we got a little bit of homework.
Still gonna do the Saturday registration? I think that works well,
Okay.
right? You in agreement with that?
I think so.
Great.
Yeah, we had a problem though with that, right? Didn't we have something to do with
Yeah,
numbers? Because we had to do adjustment for numbers.
Yeah, I remember this now
There was-
too.
there was something I had to do, we had to do the next day where the numbers were, I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was. They were given out and then I had.
We didn't have enough. We went over.
What was
We
that?
didn't have enough numbers.
No,
No, there was a problem with
Oh,
There was a
yeah.
problem with Saturday that when it came Sundays, some numbers had been given out that I weren't
You don't
correct.
think, what was it for the people that registered that day? I think we might have messed up.
Maybe that's what it was. They were using numbers I'd already assigned or
Right, and
something.
we have to kind of figure that out.
Okay, that's not, yeah, so I'll make sure that happens, so I get all this stuff ahead of time.
Well, that would be
Yeah, that
easy
was-
to figure out because you would just have a stack of numbers that say not assigned, and those are the numbers you give to the people who walk in to register.
Yeah, but I think it was a combination of everything. I think we
Yes.
didn't have as many numbers, so that then when we got more
That's what it was.
pre-registration.
That's right, we didn't
We
have
didn't
enough.
have a lot of post-registration.
So I'm gonna tell him I need
numbers to
300
give out.
numbers up front. That's what it was. We didn't have enough numbers. So
So then
we
we
already
went
had,
back.
we had 200 numbers. And then what happened was when 201, 202, 203 got registered, you guys were pulling numbers that were already pre-allocated. Then I had to reallocate the new numbers when he gave it
Which
to
is
me.
a real.
So I'll make sure I get 300 numbers up front this time. So that's what it was. Good. I couldn't remember. I just knew we had a problem. Because it looks like we'll get that. Actually, I'll double check what our final number was last year. Do you remember off the top of the head?
Now, I'm gonna pull up that report right now. Hold on.
Yeah, we were real
Keep
close to
going
it.
and I'll report and as soon as I find it.
I think we were like just a little over 3,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did. Yeah, and I
So maybe
I
I'll-
don't think that was our problem.
So, well, no, but I mean, the real problem was I only had 200 numbers that a day of race. I mean, day before race.
Mhm.
So he brought another 100 numbers with him. and
So if
then-
we had 300 before, and then he could bring some extras
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
that's great.
yeah,
We
so
did 300.
I'll do that. Okay. Good, so, course committee, Ron, you can handle police again for us?
Yeah.
Loudspeaker, I'll take care of.
Did we find a battery for that then?
Oh, that was my fault. I had used it to announce, senior day for my softball team, and then I forgot to charge
What
it.
were you thinking?
I know, maybe it won't happen again. I should probably just do it the way everybody does nowadays, get a nice little,
Yeah.
or then pocket my phone and have them through that way. But I'll see. But it won't happen, that won't happen again. Fortunately, I have a loud voice.
Yeah, but it's really not loud enough to get
All
through
in the
that whole
back,
thing.
yeah.
I mean, you did the best that you could, but.
Yeah, no, I
it's
agree.
hard to-
Even with the thing, it's not quite good. It'll be better. But no, that won't happen again. Starting horn, I've got it, so
Still have
I
it.
still have it, yeah, I just checked. Homeowner
So I-
notification. Well,
So, sorry, whenever you're ready, Kevin, I can interject with the numbers for the race from last year.
go ahead. What do we have?
Yeah, so general runners, we had 205, youth, we had 19, we had 10, and then we had 16 little readers. So that was a total of 240.
Right, but then we had day of race registration and Saturday registration.
Right, right.
I think that was just over 300. I think there was a couple numbers we got back or something, so I think 302.
Oh, total bibs issued was 276.
Okay. All right,
So 300 is good.
yeah, 300. Notification, Who did it with you and me last year? Who was the third
Is it
person?
new?
Neil, did you you did neighborhoods, right, Neil?
Yes, I did. Yep,
You gonna do that again with me and Ron again?
gladly. Yes, definitely.
All right, so it'll be us three.
Is that just telling the homeowners along the race?
We give
that you
them,
block the road?
we actually give them,
A little flyer just telling the
flyer,
races
you can leave it
coming.
with them.
Okay,
Please please try not to park your car in the street and
okay.
stuff like
And
that.
it wasn't a problem when the Shriners had their breakfast, right? We
No.
were worried about that, and it really wasn't
That
an
wasn't-
issue.
I don't
But we
think,
also, don't forget that the, DJ, the fire marshal closed off. What, Street Wilson?
Yeah,
He did. Closed Wilson.
at Main and Willard.
And he closed off part of Walsh. For us? Yeah, for the race.
Oh, wow.
Just when the race started, he closed off that area till they got around the corner and down. Yeah,
DJ, is he gonna be with us again?
yeah, I actually need to talk to him to see if, that worked out pretty well.
Who is he, the fire marshal? or-
He is, and he's also in charge of CERT, so,
Where he's the emergency management, so CERT, he's the contact for CERT.
yeah.
Again, they are not meeting this month, they are meeting next month, so if you want to touch base with him in February, then they could get on the roster. He
Yeah,
puts it out.
I'll talk to him soon.
Okay, so I'll put you down that. Lisa,
Yeah.
okay, bathrooms again, we have access to the, well, we're gonna use these bathrooms up here,
Yeah.
right? We just decided to do that from now on, then we still have the ones. Were Mill Pond open last year?
No, they haven't been open for quite a few.
Okay, so only bathrooms available will be
Just
these
here.
ones here,
Yeah.
okay. And then power, same thing we used
Yeah,
before.
get through the bus garage.
Yeah. Kids, we had a good number of kids again last year. Yeah, I think it's almost, I hate to say that it's have too many, but I don't know what to do with all these kids sometimes.
Yeah.
Particularly once the race goes off, it's like, I don't know, I mean, I need you after the race a little bit, but, I don't know. I
Well,
think,
I think the little sprinters,
yeah,
little readers, whatever they
yeah, we
are.
can send them down, but
I think that's a place to send them.
Yeah, they did a good job.
But that's, they used the track team, don't forget, that was a completely group of volunteers. The track coaches kind of ran the race, so.
So they brought their kids to do it.
Yeah. The teams we got were 8 to 10.
But some, it's like, you need them, but I guess we just warned them that there's gonna be a lull. You're
Yeah.
bored, and then we're gonna need you again.
Yeah.
Well, it might be helpful. I mean, we're always talking about how we're supposed to be out talking. We as a collective, as a board. Put them, I mean, the food table, it's good, you can interact with people there, but it wouldn't be such a bad thing to have them kind of manning some of those tables, just to actually man them so that the conversations can continue and you're not also trying to feel
Right. Well, I know
bananas.
they had some of the food table, I saw from the pictures, at least 3 of them were out.
yeah. Yeah, and we use them to run the
The
numbers
t-shirts,
back and
some
forth, the
registration,
t-shirts, yeah.
right.
And then, but once things settle down afterwards, after the race is a little bit less running to do. There's some, I need a couple to run, just the registration. comes
Clean
back.
up though, you need them to
Yeah,
kind of hang around.
Yeah.
I think ambulance or hangers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks. Thanks for noticing me. So with the little runners, I mean, at the finish line for the little runners, it almost seemed like each little runner almost needed his or her personal finish person to get their swag bag, to get their little ribbon. It kind of evolved like that, but if we had more of the teens there helping us, even to run along with them in some cases, just to, get them hyped up a little bit. Not that they're not hyped up on their own. It would be, more hands for those little ones, the better. Because, I mean, we're talking little kids. I mean, some of these are like 3 years old.
Yeah.
They have no idea where they're going. They're so excited at the end. It's not like you're herding them through a finish line shaft like, we do with the 5K runners. I mean, they're just running to, somebody at the end. And so, we can, and we probably can instruct the kids a little bit better this year now that we know what's involved, and it's like, they can say, run to me, I got your stuff, kind of thing. But what, Fiona, you were at the finish line last year, or you were running with your daughter. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I was on the side trying to get a video. I don't even, that's a wild moment, but, yeah. No, I think I think the track team did a great job. They were really into it and like, organize themselves pretty well. So I mean, but I hear what you're saying, like it was kind of a little, there was a lot of flurry at the end. So maybe getting more the volunteers down there to help just hand out bags and keep the kids contained.
Yeah,
I don't think,
yeah.
I don't know, I don't remember, but you were down at the end, so you know, have a better idea.
Yeah, so I mean, some of the little kids somehow walked away without a swag bag, but I don't think that, I don't know that if all of the you know, the kids from the track team knew that they were supposed to be handing that out, you know. So we need to be just a little bit more organized with our instructions to them. And I mean, but once they got it, I mean, they were wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
so I would, you know, definitely reach out to them again to sorry, to get them to see if we can get them to come back.
So it makes sense to do the whole thing for them, not to assume that they know anything, say, this is what we learned, this is where we want folks, this is what we want it done, and.
Well, I think there was
that's
a
good
little
during the
bit
lull.
of, there was a little bit of lack
Because-
of organization for that on our part.
Well, didn't we have some issues about the course? Course was clearly defined or something until last minute?
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
now that we did it once, we know
Yeah,
where
now
to
we know.
put the starting points. There's just 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay, how many did we have? Do you know? How many little runners, readers?
How many did we have
We-
last year?
We had about
16?
20.
Oh, 20.
Oh, that many? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm on 16.
All right, anything else on course?
Mm,
All right, promotions, t-shirts, are we gonna have different color this year? Was that a one-time? I like having color myself personally, but.
Yeah, I think we'll try to go to colors, but
Yeah,
we
it
were
was a
just
good
talking
thought.
earlier, the fellow who owns the company that we bought t-shirts from sold the company. So I'll be reaching
Ooh.
out to that same company,
Yeah.
new owner, to see what pricing and availability is and stuff like that. But I do think everybody liked the color
Yeah.
as opposed
Yeah.
to your white, so.
Yeah, I think it's good. And I get tons of emails from companies offering us all shirts, so t-shirts, so if you end up, you don't like the price and you can't, I can send you some emails.
I hate to ask, but what was the color last year?
Teal.
Teal, it was teal. Okay, that's what I thought. That's a very popular color.
That's why we picked it.
It is. Sports teams are been turning their team colors to teal for years.
We're gonna do, the first 250 again this year.
Yeah, have we been doing
Except for the
250 this year? I think it's
30s.
200, yeah.
The extra for the advertisers and us.
Yeah. Okay, Karen, public relations, you're gonna do,
So I can talk to, NCTV,
Yeah.
do the Gary Byron thing.
okay, do we get something usually in a light there? or-
Yep. And social media.
Fiona, geez, Fiona, we're putting a lot on your plate.
Do we have a reservation for the CVS sign this year?
Yes.
We already have, so a week, is that gonna be the week before or 2?
The week before.
Week before. I think last year was 2 before, right?
I think it's always just been a week.
Couple, I know before.
Some reason
Pretty sure those are stuff. Yeah, it's
Oh, it's before. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then,
for the week before.
We are set for the week before, yeah.
Brian, you gonna handle the sponsor signs again?
Oh.
Yeah, we'll do that again, great, thank
Oh.
you.
Yeah, sponsors.
What's the date of the race again? You said it at the beginning?
And we don't do any more mailings now, and registration forms, right? Everything's gonna be, I send stuff, man, it gives me stuff to send out, and send out reminders, and I send up online, or they can pick up forms from us, or.
I think last year we might have put an insert in the Friends mailing to let people know where the race is coming, and it's not a foreign.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If I got that. I don't remember.
I think if we had 10 in-person registrations, it was a lot.
Yeah, we didn't get many, even the day of race, it really.
But I'm
Right.
saying ahead of.
Oh, ahead of time,
If there were 10, I
Yeah.
think I'm probably over.
Mail-in registrations were 8.
But you know, that's not really surprising though, because, you know, online registration, the pre-day registration, there's less reason for people to show up on the day of the race to register. I don't think it's fewer people that show up to race. I think they're registering prior to race
Oh,
day.
no, last year's numbers were the highest we've had in a few years.
Right, and it was
so-
good turnout last year.
But
Yeah,
we
so
did, really, it was easy, yeah. It's a lot easier when they pre-register, that's for sure.
Yes.
There were 20
They're getting
Sorry.
type 1, your handwriting, whatever, you know. I thought I had.
Neil,
There 30, 40.
You know, there were 28 people who registered at packet pickup and race day.
Okay.
28, okay.
I thought I had like 40 something registration, books, like 45 or 46 or something.
28 is more than the previous year. I think in
No,
22
no,
it was
no,
about.
no. If you look at our online registration, last year was huge compared to the year before. It's changed dramatically. I think we had, if I remember, I entered about 40-ish. Because I had to do those manually and the registrations come in the forms, and I think I did about 40 something. Okay.
Okay.
Other business or anything else to add or discuss I missed? And anything else? Anybody else?
No, I don't think so. We'll just, we'll just, I mean, we'll just keep it, the registration more simple or straightforward like we did last year. The one thought that came to my mind, and this is outside of the race, this is more on the fundraising part. We said we weren't going to do the giving day to have it overlap with the race, but it might not be such a bad idea. This is a day to recognize the library, whether for those people who aren't runners, you can support we can make a bigger effort on promoting supporting the library. If you're not a runner, support the library through our giving day. I don't have it clear in my head, but we've been looking for our own special day without having, without focusing so much on the national giving day in November. And I mean, it might be an opportunity. I'd have to talk to Fiona to sort it out. I don't know if we can manage both.
Talk about that.
Sorry?
I think we can flesh that out a little more offline or in future meetings, because we're coming right up on
Yeah, I know, but I'm just throwing it out. It's still early days, but it just crossed my mind. It's like, why are we separating the two? I mean, this is our day. This is the library's day, not our day, but the library's
Trying
day.
to wrap up. Good point, Anna.
So the
Next
next
month.
meeting is.
Next meeting is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Sorry.
I'll be doing that one.
Okay, so the next meeting is February 12th.
So
Kevin will be remote.
do you want it still?
February
Do we
12th.
start at 6?
That won't matter to me. Whatever time.
No, I just didn't know.
Oh.
We've run into problems where we run over and then it's
Right.
an issue.
Well, if you want to start at
It
6:15,
might be better.
that's what we're doing for a while,
Yeah.
but it seems like.
That's good. Yeah.
That doesn't.
6:15?
Yeah.
6:15?
February.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like me.
I was
All right,
here 6 today.
So the next meeting will be 6:15,
Well, you like to be early, right?
so that we can have 5 minutes
Paul
before.
Linnea came for the radio meeting.
The 12th.
Oh, we
He
did.
did, he had to.
Yep,
leave.
it's the
Okay.
12th, it's the next
So they gotta do
meeting.
what they say.
Okay, well,
I'm working.
yeah, we'll do what we can. So, just a reminder, everybody that's online, we need to jump off of this meeting and get onto the board meeting.
Right.
So we're gonna start doing that and
Start jumping.
Okay.
working on